So this is me. I thought I'd show a picture from when my passion came about. My name is Josiah Cain. Let's see, I'm a landscape architect, undergraduate from UC Davis. I did a design research graduate degree at Harvard in design technology and environment. And I'm currently the director of innovation at Sherwood Design Engineers. And happy to share some of my passion. So it started for me in Northern California. I grew up on this wilderness commune homestead. We were an upwardly mobile family. We went from a tent to a restored pigeon coop to a tree house to a teepee to a hand-built one-bedroom house with no power or running water to a farmhouse and eventually a 42-foot geodesic dome in the woods. So spent my childhood fishing in that river and growing all our own food. And that was, I didn't know any better, and it was amazing. My parents' goal was to live without any money, and they darn near accomplished it. I wasn't sure that that was a legacy that I wanted to carry on, and we lost that place at a certain point. We didn't own it, and I was thrust into the real world. And my first thought was, you know, these people are crazy. I see what's wrong. They don't have any nature. They're just, it's all this hard surfaces. And so I really started diving into trying to understand sort of the metabolics, what was different. The surface of the planet that I was used to sequestered carbon, modulated its own temperature, filtered air, filtered water, food fell out of trees, and then we create our own habitat with engineering, and we have water quality issues, we have carbon issues, we have air quality issues, there's no food, there's people homeless and starving in the streets. And I was trying to understand why we make a habitat that doesn't really work as well as the living epidermis of the planet that I came to know as a child. And so I started designing landscapes, ecological landscapes, mostly native plants, a lot of on-site water reuse and things like that, and a lot of residential. This is before I went to grad school, actually. And I had to start finding engineers who would let me do things differently. And so I started finding myself working with civil engineers, actually for 3 different businesses. I had the same civil engineer who had a similar mission, and we really got to explore this integration of this sort of living systems and engineered systems and how they work together, and how we can make living systems actually perform a little better rather than buying rainforest outside the city to try and offset the impacts of the city. It seems like the collective wisdom of the human consciousness should be able to make the surface of the planet function better, not worse than what was there before we even showed up. And so what I'm really passionate about now is engineering those systems, working in an innovation lab in an engineering company, trying to understand how to add a high performance living epidermis to what I consider to be this sort of nascent urban geomorphology, where we're changing the shape of the planet, but we forgot the high performance skin that does all the stuff that allows us to survive on this planet. And it's incredibly exciting to me when I see the metrics for carbon, energy, water, waste, and everything a tree can do just by itself to make our cities function better, etc. So that's who I am, and I'm going back to space.